This is Pre-Algebra Chapter 3.1, Solving Two-Step Equations. In Chapter 2, we learned to solve single-step equations that required us to use addition, subtraction, multiplication, or division to find the value of a variable. In Chapter 3, we're going to move on to two-step equations. In this first example, we'll first use subtraction and then division to solve for our variable. So our original equation is 3x plus 7 equals -5. We first need to isolate our x, and we'll do that by subtracting 7 from each side. Remember, whichever we do to one side, we have to do to the other to keep our equation balanced. Simplifying this gives us 3x equals -12. Now to isolate x, we need to divide by 3, right? Now we get x on its own at a value of -4. We can check our answer by substituting in this value of x into our original equation. So we get -12 plus 7 equals -5, which indeed is true. -5 equals -5. Pretty straightforward, right? Try 4 of these on your own. Each of these problems will require you to subtract and then divide to isolate the variable and find its value. Press pause and I'll be back with addition and multiplication problems when you return. Here's our next example. X divided by 2 minus 3 equals 1. So first, we'll add x divided by 2 minus 3 plus 3 equals 1 plus 3, which leaves us with x over 2 equaling 4. Give us a little bit more space here. Now, to solve for x, we need to multiply each side by 2. We want to get rid of that 2 in our denominator, which gives us x equals 8. Once again, we can check to see if this is correct by substituting 8 for x in our original equation. Let's try it and see what we get. 8 over 2 minus 3 equals 1, which gives us 4 minus 3 equals 1, which indeed is true. 1 equals 1. We did our work correctly. Now try problems 6, 7, 8, and 9 on your own. Each will require you to first use addition and then multiplication to solve for the variable's value. Press pause, and when you come back, we'll look at equations with negative coefficients. Now let's solve a problem that uses a negative coefficient. Remember, our coefficient is the number before our variable. So we have 7 minus 4y equals 19. So let's proceed as we normally would. We'll start by subtracting 7 from each side. Let's simplify, which gives us -4y equals 12. Now we divide each side by -4, giving us an answer of -3. So y equals -3. Let's check our work by substituting -3 for y in our original equation. So let's rewrite our equation with -3 as our value of y, and let's see what we get here. 7, 3 times 4 is 12, and we'll have a positive. Following the rules of multiplying integers, our two negatives will become a positive. And 7 plus 12 does indeed equal 19. So we did our work correctly. Y does equal -3. Now that we've worked one together, try these 3 problems with negative coefficients on your own. When you're finished, we'll close out this chapter with a word problem that we'll work through together. Let's finish up this lesson by writing and solving a two-step equation together. You're buying a drum set that costs $495. The music store lets you make a down payment. You can pay the remaining cost in 3 equal monthly payments with no interest charged. You make a down payment of $150. After you make your down payment, how much is each monthly payment? As always, let's start with what we know. We're going to have 3 equal monthly payments. We made a down payment of $150, and the total cost of the drum set was $495. So let's think through this and write a verbal model. We know that whatever calculation we make, it needs to equal the total cost of the drum set. So what do we have that equals the total cost? We have the down payment amount, plus the number of months, which is 3 months, right? Times the monthly payment, which we'll write here as MP, just to make it easier. So now let's finish by writing an equation. Our total cost is $495. Our down payment is $150. And we have 3 monthly payments that we'll write as P. Okay, now we know how to solve, right? Now let's follow the steps we know to solve for the cost of each monthly payment. First, we begin by subtracting $150 from each side. Which gives us 3P equaling $345. Now we solve for P by dividing each side by 3. Which gives us P equaling, let's see, $115, right? Okay, so P equals $115. Now let's check to make sure that our answer is correct. Let's substitute $115 for P and see if our equation works out. $495 equals $150 plus 3 times $115. That gives us $495 equals 150 plus $345. Oh, I think it's going to work. Except I forgot my 5 there, sorry. 495 equals 495. So we did do our work correctly. Our monthly payment is $115 for the drum set. And that's all for today. When I see you tomorrow, we'll begin work on solving equations with like terms and parentheses. Enjoy!